Hi Stampers! Today I wanted to share with you some information about cut files. As many of you have noticed, Sparkle & Sprinkle is now selling cut files, but a lot of you are asking what are cut files and what do you use them for, so I thought I'd take today and share with you what a cut file is and show you a quick how to use it with our Pazzles Inspiration cutting machine and the Inspiration software. A cut file is a file that can be downloaded and used in the electronic cutting machines to cut out either a stamped image or a card file or any clip art. Sparkle & Sprinkle is selling cut files that coordinate with our stamps. So if you were to purchase this Butterflies and Sunflowers cut file, you would receive a zip file by email with these shapes in it that can be downloaded onto your machine and then cut out, and then you can use the coordinating stamps to stamp in them. So see, this water lily was actually a cut file, and the machine cut out the shape, and then we took the stamp and stamped the image in the cutout. So you can use this in your scrapbook pages or your card making. It can also be used for cards. This is a complicated card cut and fold, but you can create a cut file, which we have, and it's available to you, and you can have the machine cut it out then, and you don't have to cut it and score it and measure it each time. The machine will do that for you. We also have the Fun Fold, which is another card file or cut file for a card. So Sparkle & Sprinkle is selling the Pazzles software and the Pazzles machine, but if you already have a cutting machine like the Silhouette or the Click and Cut or several others that are listed here on the website, you can use our SVG files with the Make the Cut software, which is also available on our website here under the Make the Cut. You can download this software to work with any of your other machines. And then if you are interested in purchasing a machine, the Pazzles Inspiration is also on there. So I'm going to show you now how to use our cut files with the Pazzles Inspiration. And right now I want to give you a quick overview on how to open a file and put it into your software and cut with it. So you're going to start on your computer. When you get a cut file from us, it is going to come in a zipped file. You want to save that to your computer, and then when you open it, it's going to be in a zipped file, and up in the left-hand corner it'll say Extract All Files. So you just need to click on that and put where on your computer you want to save that to. I'm just going to save it right here on my desktop for right now. So then I can go ahead and close those, and I'm going to open up the Pazzles Inspiration Pro software then, and I am going to create a new file, and it's going to be a 12 by 12. You could make it 8.5 by 11 if you wanted to. And I'm going to close the tip, and then I'm going to import the file. Now you're going to go up here to File, and when you are importing an SVG file, you need to go down to Import. You don't want to open up here. That's for when you have a Pazzles file. This is not a Pazzles file. We're importing an SVG. So this is going to be Import, and then click on the SVG, and then you're going to go to where you had saved that file, and I saved mine on the desktop. There it is, the snowflake medallion. And I'm going to open it, and here is the group of files. Now, this is just one stamp, but the stamp has different levels that you could cut out to make the dimension. So I'm going to show you with that. Now, you can click on these images and move them to where you want, so they will cut out on your paper where you want them. So I'm going to spread them out. I've got an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, so I am going to just spread them out right here like that. Okay, and then when you have your mat, the mat shows on the screen the exact way with the mat to the top. So it's going to go into your machine this direction, and it's going to cut out exactly like it's showing on the screen. So I put my 8.5 piece of cardstock right here. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and switch you over to my machine. Here is my Pazzles machine, and I am going to turn it on. And I am going to insert my mat and push feed to start it. And then I'm going to come back over here to the software, and I am going to click on Cut Project, and then up in the other corner I am going to click Cut Project, and I already have my blade depth set for the type of cardstock. Now you can come over here to the machine and see that it's cutting. Okay, and then I will show you how to stamp the image when it gets done cutting. Okay, so now that you have got your images all cut out, we're ready to stamp on them. And we've got the snowflake stamp and our Stamp-A-Majig. The Stamp-A-Majig comes with a T and an image sheet. And what you're going to do is to take the T and lay it down, and your image sheet goes right down in the corner. And some people prefer working it in different ways, whether it's up at the top or at the bottom, or left-handed or right-handed. But I like mine in the bottom left-hand corner, so that's the way I'm going to show you. And I've got my stamp on the acrylic block, and what I like to do is put a T on the top of my acrylic block so that I know that it always fits in the T this way. This is the top of the stamp. Because it is a medallion, it's similar on every shape, but it's a little bit different, so it does make a difference. So I'm going to ink this up in just blue dye ink, and I am going to set the block right down in the corner of the T and then stamp straight down to get the image. Okay, so now I have the image on my image sheet, and I can take this over to my my cutout, and place it where it's going to stamp. Now, you might need to turn it and try different directions, but I know this is the way mine is cut and mine is set up, because I can see the image lays right into the cutout. And I can line up my little holes here that are cut out so that they will all cut out when I stamp. Okay, so get that exactly where you want it, and then put your T back in position of your image sheet. And then you can go ahead and remove your image sheet, ink up your stamp, and then remember that your T goes up in the top, so I'm just going to stamp straight down like that, and then you have your image. Now I kept the image on the image sheet. You can take them off if you want to, if you needed to, and then I would put a little piece of tape on the back side and stick it to a slick surface so that you can stamp. But I'm not doing that. I'm just going to stamp on my mat right now. Now the second layers get a little bit trickier to line up because you have to look through the stamped image. I don't want this loop on this file, so it doesn't matter. I need to look at this second line of where it's cutting. And it's close, so you will need to look at the edges good. And then my T goes over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp. Okay, and then I can do that as well with all of my other layers. See, this one is going to stamp over this image, so I'm going to have to peel that one out. But I think this one will work okay. Need to get it lined up properly. And you want to go ahead and stamp all of your pieces. And it's good if you make sure you have good lighting when you're doing this. It'll make it a lot easier when you're cutting these out. Okay. And then go ahead and put your T in there and stamp. And you'll want to do this for all of the layers. I'm going to go ahead and quit now. See, it kind of stamped over that one, so I'll have to redo that one. But you could take them off of the image sheet, and like I said, just tape them down to your table to stamp. But to show you how this would go together then, you're going to go ahead and peel up your images. And then I'm using dimensional tape to adhere them all together. So I've got 3 layers here. I'll go ahead and show you how to do those. But use your dimensional tape. This is going to go on there. So I'll put some dimensional tape on the back of this one. And then this is going to get lined up on the bottom one. Again, you'll have to kind of look at your shapes to see which way it goes so that it matches up, because you want each layer to match up. So go ahead and put that down, and then your next layer, and you would just keep going up with all 6 layers. Okay, and that one goes like that. And see, that's a 3D dimensional one. Now, if you wanted to do it like my sample and emboss it, you would just use your Stamp-O-Majig the same way, but when you stamp on your image, on your cutout, use Versamark ink and then embossing powder. You have to be a little bit careful when you're peeling them up, not to smudge the edges, but use your tools that come with your machine, and they can be easily picked up and embossed, and it just gives you a stunning look. So have some fun with that, and if you have questions, feel free to email me at Sparkle and Sprinkle, and we'll see what we can do to help you. Have a great day, and I hope this was helpful to you.